Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. For those that have been following my tutorial for a while now, I've been on the pant series. So for the pant series, I've made the straight pencil pants, and then the one I did last was palazzo, and today I'll be showing you how to cut a boot pant and a panel pant. A panel pant is also known as 6 pieces. Like you have the 6 pieces, you have the 8 pieces. It depends on the number of panels you want. So it's up to you to decide how many panels you want. So now for our first class, this is the bodice block I drafted from our pencil straight pants. Okay, so if you have not watched the video, please, I'll drop the link. You can go back and watch, because we'll be continue from there, right? I can't start drafting all over again. We won't leave this place today. Okay, the red pen here, the red pen is for the back. So the back here, so the back starts from, so this is where my hip is. So from here to this part is my back. Okay, down to the red, down. Then from this inside, then to this point is my front. So the difference between the front is just the flap for the back, the extension, sorry, and then it goes down. That's just the middle difference. Remember that. Okay? So this is my master pattern. I'll be tracing it on, trace the back separately, and I'll trace the front separately, right? And you will need your tracing wheel. You need your ruler. This is my tracing wheel. This is my curve. You need a very straight long ruler. I can't find mine now, but your pattern paper and also your pattern scissors, right? So I trace the back. I use this my master pattern, so that is where you need to keep this pattern. Once you draft it and it's yours, even if it's for a client, you can keep tracing it out. This sort of drafting all over again, you can keep tracing and then altering it to the design you want to write. Now this is my front. Sorry, you can see this is the front. I've traced the front. This is the dart, and so there's no seam allowance added here. So this is my knee, and this is the hem. Okay, so this is the crotch line. So for the back, this is the back, this is the back, and then the dart. So this is just your back. The back pant is always bigger than the front pant because of the butt at the back and the muzzle around your calf. Okay, all right. So for the boot cut, most times the boot cut starts from the knee. So if you want to start from the knee, which is normal, this is my knee line. Okay, this is my knee line. But if you want to come below the knee, you can be free. You are free to come down below the knee as you desire. If you want to go above the knee, you are free to go above the knee. So what you need to do is just to determine. But if you are cutting a normal boot cut pant, so you're to start from the knee. Okay, so for the knee now, we'll go straight to the hem. Now if you want to extend the trouser, now you know this my pants hem is from my waist, from the waist to the ankle. So if you want to extend, you want to get to the floor length, you have to extend the length. So you can extend. If you want it to touch the floor, you can add 5, you can add 7, you can add the minimum 5, and then you can add 7 or 8. Okay, so depend on what you want. On my hem now, the ankle line, I'll just come in now. It's up to you how wide you want the boot cut to be. So I'll be doing 3 inches. Okay, I'll be doing 3 inches or 4. So if you want it very, very wide, you can do about 8. You see it very, but be sure that you have enough fabric. Okay, so average normal boot cut, you can do 3, 4. Okay, so I'll be doing, let me do 3.5 here, do 3.5, and then I'll use my ruler, my long ruler, to connect the line from the knee. So this is my knee. I'll connect it to the 3.5. Okay, and then I'll come to this other side. From my knee, I'll connect to the ankle. So this is my boot cut, guys. What you can do is to measure what you have here. So I'm measuring here. What I have is from my knee here, I have 19, and then I'll measure to be sure that it's 19. Okay, so this is my 19. And then I'll come to this side also. I'll measure from here. Be sure I got my 90. So you can see that this is a bit long. So what I'll do, I'll use my curve to connect it back to the line. So the front is ready. This is how you cut. Please remember, we've not added seam allowance, so if you are folding, add your folding allowance. Okay, so I'll add my seam allowance of 1 inch or 0.5 inch round. Okay, so please don't forget, it's very, very important, your seam allowance, right? Add your seam allowance on your crotch also, please. So there's no seam allowance here, so I'll just go ahead and cut. So when I'm placing on fabric, I'll add my seam allowance. Okay guys, can you see my foot cut? Can you see how neat it is, how beautiful it is? So this is where the fullness is, so you can see, right? So this is the front, so we'll go ahead with the back now. There is no space for any extension. What I will do is just to get a plain sheet of paper, and then place the back on it, and then pin. The back, and then this is the front. Okay, remember the front is smaller than the back, so you can see our boot cut is ready. So guys, this is it for this, and then the next one now will be my panel pant. So the panel is either 6 pieces, 8 pieces, 12 pieces, 4 pieces, depend on how you want. So I'll be showing you 4 pieces, I'll be showing you 6 pieces. Okay, all you need to do also is to trace your pant block on another sheet of paper. So this is it. This is the one I used for the boot cut. I took out the extension, the side extension. Okay, all right, so this is my front and this is the back as usual. So like what we did to the boot cut. Now if you want your fullness to start from the knee, you can leave it here, or if you want to go above the knee, like you want the fullness, you measure where you want your fullness to begin from. So if you want above, you can come up. If you want it very high, so depends on you. Okay, and if you want it below the knee, you can come down, but this is just our knee length. Okay, so we're doing our knee length. Okay, so our fullness is going to begin from our knee length. So now 2 things: you either eliminate the dart from your side or you close the dart. But now we'll extend these lines, this straight line to I'll extend it up. Make sure your line is straight, and then I'll connect it this way. Okay, now remember my dart is 0.5, so this is my 0.5 inch. Okay, and then my dart leg is how many? Is 5, so this is my 5. Okay, so this is my dart, guys. This is my dart. Okay, so what I'll do now is, when I want to cut, I'll start cutting from here this way down. No, this is my knee, and then I'll cut out the dart from here. So this will be 1 and this will be 2, right? Now I'm not making use of this dart anymore, so this is my new dart line. So I'm cutting it out from here. I'll have 1 panel and then I'll have 2 panel. Okay, this is the second, and then measure your label up. So this is it for this, and then we'll do the same thing to the back also. We'll extend it. So before we start opening, we'll extend the line. And then measure my 1/2 inch dart, 0.5 dart. And the length of my dart. Look for the back, because we came up is 0.5. What is it called? Is 5.5. Okay, so I'll connect So we are eliminating the darts while cutting. So remember, this is side back, and then this is center back. This is side front, this is center front. Guys, this labeling is very important. So while cutting also, I'll start cutting from here. I'll cut this dart out, and then I'll have two separate panels. So before I slash the panels, so you slash it to, this is the line we are following, guys. This is the line, because the back is wider than the front, and you want your line to be in the middle. So it's not what you cannot do. What you can do is just to measure. So you measure. I'm just showing you another way. Alternatively, it's 12.5. So 12.5 will give you 6.28. So this is my 6.28. So what I can also do is to connect this that leg here. I'll connect this my line. This is my straight line to this 6.28. Okay, I can now connect from this line up, down, so I will not have it equal down, but I'm not doing that. I just want to maintain this center line, which is not also bad. So it depends on what you want. I'm just showing you the alternative way of doing this. Okay, so this is it for the 4 panel. You can see I have, once I cut 1, 2, and then I have 3, 4. Okay, so if you want 6 panels, like 6 pieces, like you want the front to have 3, and then you have the back to have 3. So you come to your waist, you divide your waist into 3. You measure your waist and divide it into 3. So this is the waist I'm working with. So 9.5. So this is 9.5. So you divide your waist into 3. So you have, if it's 9.5, you have 3, 1, 8, 3, 1, 8, and then 3, 1, 8 here. So what, after dividing your line, so this is 1 panel, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, so you take your ruler, you can now take your ruler, and then you connect straight down to your knee. So what you can also do, you can divide your knee into 3. It may not be straight because both waist and knee are not the same. So you can connect your knee. Okay, here we have 9, so you can just mark 3, 3, and 3. So from this 318 here, you connect down. So you have 1, and then you can now extend. So what you can also do, you can measure, divide by 3. You have 6.5. So you can have 2, 1, 8, 2, 2, 1, 8, and then 2, 1, 8. So you do it through. So you can see I have one line here. So from here, and then you come to the second panel. Now we divided our needle into 2. So you come to the second panel, and then this is my panel number 2, and I'll place my ruler on the waistline, connect to the knee, with a pencil. I'll mark, and then connect straight down to the hem. So you see, this is my 1, 2. Please ignore this line. I'm just showing you the other panel for you, and then this is 3. So I have 3 panels. So for the dart, 1, 2, 3, 1. So you now have side front. This is my center front. This is my front panel. That side front 1. Please, labeling is very important. So the dart, so you decide where you want to take out the dart. You can take out the dart from these 2 panels. So if our dart is 0.5, so what it means that each of these panel will have to 8 darts. Okay, so we still maintain our 5 inches dart leg, and then I'll come to this other dart leg also. I'll measure, sorry, 1, 8, 1, 8. So my dart will now be, I will now have 1, 8 dart. So it won't be as wide as because we've divided the dart into 2. Okay, so I hope this is clear enough. I just don't want to use a marker pen so it's not too rough. Okay, so now you can see we now have two darts. So this single dart that is here, we shared it between these two dart leg. So when we are cutting, we'll cut this way, and then we'll cut out the dart. We'll have one piece, we have two piece, and we have the three piece. And then this other piece also, we'll cut out the dart here, and then we'll cut out the dart, and then we'll go straight down. So we'll have 3 panels. So once you've done this, you do the same thing to the back also. Divide your waist into 3, and then divide your knee into 3, and then connect straight down to the hem. Okay, so after doing that, just label like I did here, and then your dart also, this 1/2 inch dart you have to share between the 2 panels, between the 2 lines, straight lines. Okay, so once you share it, you cut out the dart, and then you can now start adding fullness. So now I want to add fullness to our panel. So okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'll do the 3 panels for this, and then I'll do 2 panels for this, just for you to see the different types. Okay, so now if you are doing, please don't make the mistake of doing what I'm doing. I'm just showing you for tutorial purpose. Now I'm cutting these 3 panels, and then I'll add the fullness with these 3 panels, and then for the back I'll cut 2. You know, I showed you 2 panels and 3 panels. Okay, now when you want to do, please choose one. If you are doing 2 panels, please make sure you do 2 panels for the back and the front. If you are doing 3 panels, make sure you do 3 panels. Don't do 2, don't do 3 and then do 2, please. I just want to show you how it's going to look like. Okay, so let me start with the 3 panels. So you can see I'm cutting off the dart, right? I'm cutting off the dart for this. Remember, we've labeled, so you can see the dart out. Okay, so your labeling is very, very important. So this is side front, this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay, so I'll cut out the dart for this other one also. So I'm cutting out our dart. Please, I want you to get this. I'm showing you the 3 panels on each leg of your pant. So for 3 panels in front, 3 panels at the back, that is, each leg of your pant will have 6 pieces. Okay, so but this is for 3, but if you are doing 4 pieces, so you have 2 panels in front and 2 panels at the back, and each leg of your pant will have 4 pieces. Okay, so in total you have 8 pieces. So this one now, in total you have 3 pieces in front, 3 pieces at the back. The total now you have 12 pieces for your both legs. Okay, so I'm cutting this panel now. So this is 1 panel, and then you know I've cut out the dart on this 2nd panel, so I'm cutting out. So guys, this is the 3 panels we have, or tape it with a masking tape. Okay, so now how much fullness you want. So if you have lots of fabric and you want the down to be very, very full, as in very, very full, then you can be free to spread as wide as you can, as you want. Okay, so here I'll be opening with 2.5. After cutting your panel, you can just get your fabric and place it straight if you don't want to waste another sheet of paper, and then you start adding your seam. You add your seam allowance, and then make sure you allow space for fullness. And so I'll be opening with 2.5. This is my 2.5 inches. So what it means is that 2.5 here, 2.5 here, so everything will be like 5 inches fullness, then plus the main. Connect from my knee. You can see from my knee here, I'll connect it to the 2.5. So this is my 2.5. Connect to my 2.5, and from here I'll connect. Alright, so first panel is ready. Okay. Oh, alright, so here I made a very serious mistake. Now I didn't pay attention to the numbering. See, that's why numbering is very important. So I'm supposed to start with this, guys, I'm supposed to start with this is number 1, but I started with number 3. Okay, so I'll just leave it like this and continue. So this is 2.5 and this is 2.5. okay, so I'm still on track. But please, you see why numbering is very, very important. Labeling. If I didn't label now, just continue, and at the end of the day, after joining, my pants will now be looking very, very funny. Okay, so now I'll measure the length of my original pants. So here I still have 19 inches, and then I'll mark here my 19, and I'll mark my 19. Remember I said if you want to extend the length, please feel free to extend the length before this is 19. Slashing, if you're extending the length of your pants, you want to get to floor length, please extend before slashing. Don't slash and then want to extend, you might get it wrong. Okay, so this is it, guys. So this is my panel number 1. You can see this is the hip side. So this is number 1, and then I'll get my number 2 now. I'll place this is the mid one, the one at the middle. Okay, it has been labeled number 2. My lines to be very straight, and then I'll measure, distribute the fullness evenly, so it shouldn't be, don't use different measurements. Okay, so I'll take my ruler and I'll connect from the knee line to the hemline. Okay, and I'll measure again. So what I'm working with is 19. So this is my 19, measuring from my knee, and then I'll connect. Okay, so this is it, and we'll get our third panel, center front panel. So these are my 3 panels: front, center. So this is the middle, and then this is the center. So I will now start cutting. So when I'm cutting, I'm following the lines. Okay. So these are my panels. So you can see from the 1, 2, 3. So you can now start adding seam allowance on each of them down. Add seam allowance. So the seam allowance is for joining. So this is how you join. So you get your number 1, you join it with your number 2. Make sure your lines are matching, and then you can see the knee area. The knee area should be notched, and then you join. And then once, okay, this is what you have after joining the first and the second panel. Then you can now join the third panel. You can see the third panel from this side. You can see the fullness. So your knee will be fitted, and then from this side, this is where your fullness comes in. Okay, so this is panel 3 in front, 3 at the back. That will give you 6. Okay, but in total will give you 12. Right, so this is how you join. Make sure everything matches, everything aligns when joining. So this is your panel, your 6 pieces or panel pants. Okay, so the same way we did this, so that is what we'll be doing to that's what we'll be doing to the back. So this is 3 panels, and then the back, assuming we are cutting. So if you are doing these 3 panels, know that the back will be 3 also. Don't make your back 2 panels, please. Your back should be 3. Okay, except you want to create your own design. You want to come up with your own design. Alright, so 3 at the back, 3 at the front. Okay, so that will be for your 3 panels, for your 6 pieces. So if you are doing 4 pieces, if you are doing 2 in front, 2 at the back, so like I explained earlier, you cut out your dart, and then you just have, so instead of slashing, making 2, getting 3 pieces, you have only 2 pieces. So you just connect from here down your ankle, and then you have 2 pieces. Then from your knee also, from your knee you have 2 pieces. From your knee you now open whatever you are opening with the front. That's what you use to open the back. Open, and then you connect. Once you connect, you do the same to the other piece, and then you join back. So that will be all for our panel pant. Please don't forget to subscribe if you found this video helpful. So I'll be posting the link. I'll drop the link for the video one, the pant block, and then the palazzo, and then this, so you can have three, you can download and share, have three, so you will be well grounded in pants. To have the series, like the series 1 2 3 complete, right, from this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thank you.